In this section, we're going to be talking about complaints and refunds and how to deal with them. Now, I know a lot of negativity can be associated with complaints and or refunds. However, they are a crucial part of your business. Why are complaints so important? Well, because you want to retain your customers. So repeat customers are worth 10 times more value than their initial purchase. This is because you know that they will then continue to buy your products, and as they become familiar with you, they're going to be the ones who will recommend your products to their friends, maybe buy them as gifts, and so on. It's also 7 times more expensive to acquire a new customer than it is to retain an old customer. It's also 6 times easier to sell to an existing customer than it is to sell to a brand new customer. So that brings us back onto complaints and why they're so important. In your customers' complaints, they're going to tell you what they're not happy with, what is wrong with the product, and this will tell you how you can improve. You can improve your product, you can improve your store, and you can improve your customer service. So let's move on to how to deal with a complaint when you first receive one. The most important thing is communication, just as it is when we're talking about long shipping times. It's very important when you talk to a customer about their complaint, that you're prompt, that you're helpful, that you try to understand what it is that they're saying and what you can do to fix it, acknowledging exactly what the problem is, and then you can tell them exactly what you intend to do about it and if they will be happy to accept that. If they're happy with your response, you're likely to keep this customer, they're likely to buy from you again and trust that if anything goes wrong with their purchase, you're going to be there to do something about it. Did you know that Tim Cook, Apple CEO, wakes up every day at 4 a.m. just to check customer comments, and his reasoning for this is that he likes to focus on the external people that are so important to us. He can use these comments to see what customers are finding helpful and what Apple can then improve on. Right, let's talk refunds. So the most important thing you can do for your refunds is to set a strong refund policy, which you can set up on Shopify itself. Now here we have a template that you can add to your refund policy really easily. You can just search for refunds and you'll be able to get to this page within your settings very easily. And you can see here that it has a lot of rules around what is acceptable for a refund and what isn't. If the product is damaged in any way, if it doesn't say what it's going to do, then the customer is entitled to a refund. However, you have put in your refund policy now that you want to inspect the product before you issue a refund. Now, the reason this is so important is that you're not just saying anybody can have a refund. You can't just order the product, try it out, decide maybe you don't like it, or maybe you broke the product yourself accidentally, and then you can just get a refund straight away. This is saying there should be a fault with the product or with the description in order for you to have a refund yourself. Now, if there is a fault with the product, or if there's a fault within your own description where you haven't mentioned something that's very important, then you should make this refund as easy as possible. Just like with the complaints, these customers are very important to you, and if it's something that is your fault, then you should make this process as easy as possible, because if you do, then they might come back to you. They will be happy with the customer service, and this will mean that maybe they'll leave a good review, or they just won't leave a review at all. If you get a bad review, then that can completely destroy your store if you haven't had any reviews previously. So our key takeaways for this section are to have a strong refund policy. If it is your fault, then issue a refund immediately. Get it back to the customer as soon as possible. Sometimes that supplier won't refund you immediately. You may have to wait 28 days, but I would still recommend refunding your customer straight away so that they're happy with you and they're happy with your store. Take your customer complaints seriously. Use them as advice on how to improve your brand, how you can improve your product, and how you can improve your own customer service. Remember, we have got our free SaleSource trial and free Shopify trial in the description below. If you found this video useful, I would love to hear from you in the comments. And if you want more tips on dropshipping and Shopify and how to start your own e-commerce brand, then make sure that you subscribe to this channel, and I will see you here at the next one.